Hey, it's Gothy, and I'm here to do my very late September wrap up and haul. Um, so in regards to the whole not actually being towards the end of September, it's just been one of those periods of time where it's just been a couple of weeks where real life just gets in the way of everything that I plan to do. It's either I have lots of things to do and I run out of energy, or I wake up and I have no energy, and it's just been a shit fight basically. But anyway, I managed to read 11 books over September. So I have my list here that I just jotted down. So most of these are ebooks. Ebooks. So they're on there. And yes, so that, wait, where can I put? Okay. Awkward moment to get text message. Okay, so to begin with, I read a couple of paperbacks. So I read, that's the second one. The second book in the Shadow Me series, which is Unravel Me by Teruya Murphy. I gave this a 5 out of 5. And I also read, where's the other one? I should have put these in order. Ignite Me, also by Teruya Murphy. I gave this one a 5 out of 5 as well, even though the ending kind of left me wanting more to the series. So, yeah, just I'd like to see what happens and how much further it goes, and it would have been nice. But it was a good series, I quite liked it. Even though I wasn't happy with the ending, it wrapped up fairly nicely. I read Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I was sent this one by the Reading Room. They had some giveaway copies, and I actually got one, which is pretty cool. So this one I gave a 4 out of 5. It was pretty good. I quite enjoyed it. You know, I do read a little bit of romance and stuff. Mostly when I'm just wanting something really quick and easy to read. So this was interesting because usually a lot of the romance books that I've picked up have been basically the female character is the character that has hang-ups and problems and stuff like that. But in this one it was actually the male character. So that's why I got a 4 out of 5 stars rather than the usual 3 that I usually give romance novels. And this is probably my favourite book that I read this for September. This is one that I picked up from Book Expo. They were giving them away for free. This is The Year of the Rat, and it's by Claire Furness. I gave this a 5 out of 5. This was really good. This was about a girl coming to terms with having lost her mother. And I mean, there's more to it than that, just not wanting to say much without spoiling it. But yeah, this was really good. It was kind of heartbreaking. I cried a little bit during it. But the ending was pretty good, and it was a real sense of character development. You could actually see how she was growing and coming to terms with things. So this was really good. I really enjoyed it. I highly recommend this book. As for the ebooks that I read, so e-reader in my Spider-Man case, I read Requiem by Lauren Oliver, which is the last book in the Delirium series. I enjoyed it. I gave it a 4 out of 5. That's another series I didn't like the ending for. I just felt like it just kind of left off in the wrong place. It could have kept going for a little while. You could have found out what happened with the wall and everything, and yeah, I just didn't like it. Didn't seem like a logical ending point, in my opinion. And apart from that, where am I? There. I read the first 2 books in the Bane Chronicles by Cassandra Clare and Maureen Johnson. So What Really Happened in Peru, I gave a 4 out of 5 because it was kind of cool. The Runaway Queen was a 3 out of 5. That one I didn't enjoy it as much, but it still wasn't horrible. And then I keep losing my place. I've got a little bit of mind fartiness today. So then I've got Wallbanger by Alice Clayton, which is a romance book. That one was a 4 out of 5 as well, because this was another romance book where it was the male character that had the hang-ups and the issues that he needed to work through. This one was pretty good. I quite enjoyed it. Then a paranormal romance, which was Pleasure Unbound by Larissa Ione. I gave that a 4 out of 5. I like paranormal romance a lot more than I like normal romance, so... but that's book 1 in the Demonica series, and I haven't actually read any books from this series, so I wasn't sure whether I had to read them in order, or whether I could just read them randomly, but it's looking like it's a series that needs to be read in order. And there's 18 books off the top of my head, so it's a long series. I read Dedicated Ink by Renee Rose, which is another romance book, which I gave 3 out of 5. It wasn't horrible. I don't know if I would read the other books in the Dedicated... I can't think of the freaking series name now. But there's like a couple of books that are about this tattoo shop. I don't know if I'd bother picking the other ones up. And the final book that I read was The Maze Runner by James Dashner. And the reason I read that was because I went to see the movie. I was halfway through the book when I saw the movie, so I was kind of on the fence about whether I liked it or not, and I think as just a movie, it was alright, but now that I've actually finished reading the book, they've left a lot of things out, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing at this point. It's definitely a very interesting series. I'm even trying to encourage my housemate who went with me to see it to pick up the books and read them, because he seemed really interested in the concept of trials and stuff like that, so hopefully I can get him reading. And that can go down there now. So as for a haul, it's only a very small haul, and it's probably going to be my last one for a little while. I might get a book or two here or there, but as we're coming up to Christmas, I've got to start putting aside the money that I usually spend on cross-stitching and on books towards Christmas presents. Which is just kind of silly because I don't celebrate Christmas myself. It's more kind of social obligation type of thing. So, yeah, but because I don't get a lot of spare money once I pay rent and bills and all that kind of thing, it means that I have to cut my own personal spending to be able to do the whole Christmas thing. So that kind of sucks. But what I do have is quite a few here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've got 10 books. It's not bad. So the first one is How to Tell If Your Cat is Plotting to Kill You. This is by The Oatmeal, he kind of does online webcomics and stuff like that, and he is very amusing. I find him very hilarious. And this is a book that has some of his cat-related comics, some that are on the internet and on his website, and some that are not. So, lots of cat comics and funny cat things, and all the bobcats, which are his office cats. And it's really interesting. What I didn't like was that I had this sitting on my bed when I got home, and then I turned around and my cat had chosen this book to fall asleep on. I was kind of concerned, like that's not an image you want to like turn around and just see your cat lounging on the book about cats plotting to kill you. It's kind of worrying. So this is great. It also has a poster in the back, which I don't know if I want to take out and put up. I'll try and do this without... come on. Open. Open. So it's just a big poster of the How to Tell If Your Cat is Plotting to Kill You, which is really cool. I'm thinking I might just leave it in there because posters don't like my walls. So I had that on lay-by at my local bookstore. I also had it, the other two books I had on lay-by with it were Crown of Midnight and The Assassin's Blade Bind Up for the Novellas by Sarah J. Maas. I got the white covers because I actually have an older copy of Throne of Glass that I picked up from a random book sale. Haven't actually read it yet, I'll be truthful. It is on my other bookshelf behind a bunch of books. I know exactly where it is. I do have to get in there and get it out so I can read them. So I went with the white cover for this one, and I don't think they're going to be releasing a white cover for that one, so I just got the blue. But they match, so it's alright. And I got Air of Fire again in the white covers. I got this one from Bookworld. Bookworld do like 10% off for their citizens, and then I had a coupon code for another 10% off, so I ended up getting this for about $10. And they do free shipping as well, which is awesome. And I won a Goodreads giveaway for Akin by Robin Maraca. This is an Australian author as well, and I was looking at buying this one at the Book Expo, but I didn't have that much money to spend there, and I'd already spent quite a bit, so I decided to leave it, and I ended up winning the giveaway instead, which is awesome. And it has this really nice little bookmark as well. So I haven't started reading it yet. The last week I haven't really read much, so this looks really interesting. So yes, yes, this is not, okay, so this is a Brandon Sanderson one. We took a day trip into the Blue Mountains because we wanted to go to this really nice pizza place that's up there, and we also stopped by the Talisman Gallery. He's a metal worker, and he does all these really nice mirrors and metal artworks and stuff that I can't afford, which is why I don't have any to show you, because they are freaking amazing. But on the way up, we went past a sign that said collectibles fair, so people selling records and books and all sorts of things. So we went in, and I ended up picking up Warbreaker for $5. They also had a few other of his books, but they were like books 2 and 3 of different series that I don't have, so I left them. I was also drooling over some of the records because they had some, like they had your basic kind of 80s and 70s and early 90s stuff, but I also spotted some Slayer ones and some Pantera ones, and I was just like, oh my god, it's probably a good thing I don't have enough money to afford these. So this was $5, and this one I believe is a standalone fantasy one by Brandon Sanderson. It doesn't say anything about being part of a series. I really hope it's not part of a series. No, it looks like it's a standalone. So, yeah, and it's in the covers that I want to collect all the Brandon Sanderson ones in. I've got the first book of the Mistborn trilogy up there, and it's in the white. I think these are the UK covers. But yeah, $5. And this is a music related one. This is the book written by Fieldy from Korn. And I got this one from Bookmooch. And what Bookmooch is like a book swapping website. So there's no money involved or anything like that. You don't have to pay for books, you use the points on your account. And to get points, you add books that you're willing to swap. And when someone wants one of your books, they give you a point that you can use to mooch another book. So I got this one from a guy in the States, and I haven't read it yet, but I am actually looking forward to it. And if I ever get the chance to see Korn again, I will hopefully get this one and the Brian Head Welch one signed, which would be pretty awesome. And the last three, I got a bit slack. I actually got these like 2 weeks ago, 2.5, 3 weeks ago. They're still actually in the plastic. They've just kind of been sitting next to my bed, and yeah, this is what I mean, like, real life just really got in the way of everything. Ah, I'm not good with plastic. Okay, hold on, open. I don't know where my scissors are. You'd think as a cross stitcher I'd keep scissors where I know where they are, but no. Okay, so I picked up The Demon King by Cinder Williams Chima. This was $3.35, and it's a really pretty cover, and I've actually got the ebooks for this series, but for $3, like for just over $3, I decided to pick it up in paperback because it's a really nice cover, and the spine will look good too, so if I can get the rest of the series in these covers, it'll be awesome. And the other two books. So this one is The Glass Collector, and it's by Anna Pereira. This has been in the bargain section of Booktopia for a long time. And every time I went looking through the bargain section, I would look at it and I'm like, oh, I should get that. Oh, but I don't know. So what it's about is, it's based in Egypt, and it's about this boy who makes a living sorting garbage, gathering garbage. And it's kind of like a caste system, and so basically everybody has a job that they have to do, and it determines their ranks. So it seems really interesting. It kind of came across as like a fantasy type of thing. But yes, and it also has really funky yellow pages, which is really cool. And the other one I got was just this little young adult one, which I thought seemed kind of interesting. It's called The Doom Rider. And it sort of has the feeling of like The Crow kind of thing, because the main character has died and he comes back. He's lived 1,000 lives, and in each one he's been murdered before he turns 18. Now he's being hunted again, but this time it's different. The apocalypse is coming, and he is the only one who can save the world, but he also has the power to destroy it. So it kind of sounded interesting, and it was $2. It's pretty quick, yeah. So I figured, why not? Interesting. Anyway, so that's all I've got for September. Like I said, this is a very late video, and I don't know how much, like, there's probably not going to be any hauls for the next couple months, and I don't know about how much reading I'm going to get done either. I have a lot of stitching to do, and I'm hoping to get some cross-stitch orders for Christmas and stuff too, because that would definitely help financially. But yes, that's about it for now. I'm going to try and get a few review videos up as well. I know I've been really slack with that. And hopefully I will have some more book videos soon. I know I've been doing a lot of the cross-stitch stuff, but I actually cross-stitch more than I read, so yeah. But for now, I will see you guys later.